Buy books from charity shops. Keep all the electronics. Use the library for audiobooks. Use stuff till it wears down, wears out. Don't throw it away just because it's a little bit marred. Cracks make character. It might not be the best, but it's yours. Make it your own.
Do we have to go today, Mum? Can't we wait till Monday? Kizzy had on her best pleading look, but Harper was adamant. You have to get it over with, darling, and it would feel just as difficult on Monday as it does today. She smiled. Anyway, it won't be half as bad as you think it's going to be. Things never are. You don't know the kids, Mum. They'll be already waiting to pound. Yeah, nodded Fraser. At my place too. That reading a book's nice, isn't it? So I'd sort of heard of this trend, I guess, of de-influencing, and basically it's just the opposite of being an influencer, telling people why they don't need things. And it's sort of what I'd stumbled onto with my own content for a while now. I like tinkering. You can't do that as much with newer stuff. You can do it with older stuff, and I like that. I think that's fun. But the other thing is, and I noticed this when I moved studios, the amount of stuff I had, like, it seemed like a lot, but actually it was all very makery. So it's all the tools and the backgrounds and the plinths and the things that I've made that go along with the photography, less of the photography gear in and of itself. And
for example, I've probably spent more money on wood, paint and sandpaper.
And also, if you add up, like when I have to do it for my insurance, all the equipment I've got only comes to like less than 10 grand, which is, you know, the same price as a brand new FX9, no lens. And I'm talking about like all the cameras I've got, all the lights I've got, that kind of stuff. So I don't actually have that much gear, and I always use stuff until it dies. And if there's something I've bought because I think I need it, and it turns out I don't, like the iPad, you know, the iPad video, it's one of the most popular videos I've had recently, and I just sold my Mac Studio because I just didn't need it. I sold quite a lot of stuff recently. We're moving house, it's so much easier if you've got less. I just think that's kind of the way to go.
And it's not like I'm saying don't spend the money ever, because there are times when you really should be spending the money. And you probably heard this before, and you've probably thought about it and then just brushed it away. But spend the money on other talented people to collaborate with. Spend the money on creating sets or stuff like that.
But the thing that I stumbled onto today, the trend was Underconsumption Core, which I actually really like the idea of. And I'm sure it's fraught with issues, and I'm sure there's people making too much money on TikTok from it. But the idea of like glamorizing the using of things and using them till they're worn out. I'm sure some culture has a word for like the patina that develops from using stuff. I should just look it up. But I love that. I love like these old things and they get worn at the edges and the paint chips off in specific ways. The top of my laptop, I just left the sticker on. I bought it from CEX, which is like basically a pawn shop. And it had like a barcode sticker on and I just left it on there. And then the first week I had it, I kind of threw it in my bag and forgot about it. I hadn't had a chance to get a case for it. And then I was on a food shoot, and they had a load of like jars of stuff at the end of it. And if you don't know, if you work in food, often if there's like, you know, food stylists, and you kind of do this thing at the end where someone would call it shopping, and that's kind of what it is. And basically anything that's like any ingredients that are left over, any things that are left over at the end of the day, everyone can just kind of go and take their pick because it needs to go. Like the food that you actually shoot tends to be not edible anymore, but the ingredients and the stuff, you know, you have to buy 3 packs of basil if you only need 1, because inevitably it won't look good, or, you know, stuff like that. And so I threw these jars into my bag and it scratched on my laptop, and I had it for a couple of weeks. But I enjoy the patina that kind of comes with that. I think it is much nicer than beautiful, brand new, fresh out of the packet stuff. I think so anyway. But yeah, that's my revelation of the day is Underconsumption Core. Just use the shit that you've got.